Good morning, class. Today we are going to study about auxiliary and modal verbs. Now, almost all auxiliary verbs and modal verbs, some of them at least you have studied in your junior classes. So it is just a basic revision of what we have studied earlier. Please, I want you to open up to your Middle English Grammar. I'll just show you English Grammar and Composition, Wren & Barton, to page number 109. Chapter 18, Auxiliary and Modal Verbs. First of all, let us go through the list of modal verbs. Now over here you can see be. Now be, the different forms of be are am and is in the present tense, was is singular but past tense, and were is not given here, which is also in past tense but in plural number. Now the auxiliary have has three different forms: have and has in the present tense and had in the past tense. Now had over here makes do with for both singular and plural in number. Now we come to the auxiliary do. We have three forms: do, does, did. Now when we are talking about do and does, it is in the present tense, did is in the past tense and stands for both singular and plural number. Does only stand for singular subject. Do stands for plural subjects. Now the modals can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought are known as modal verbs. Now the words need and dare are sometimes used as auxiliaries, and later on when we are studying about in depth about modals and auxiliaries, we will learn about the usage of these two words. First of all, let us see. Auxiliaries come before the subject in questions and can be put before not. Now auxiliaries come before the subject. So what is the subject here? She. So auxiliary is form of be. Is she busy? The sentence is she is busy, and now when we put it in interrogative sentence, then the auxiliary is, that is also a verb, will come in the beginning and it will form an interrogative sentence. Now let us look at the negative sentence. If we add not, okay, and it can be put before is, the auxiliary is over here can be put before not. So she is not busy will form a negative sentence. Now let us look at the second example given over there. They have arrived. They is the subject, have is a verb which is a auxiliary verb or a helping verb, arrived is the main verb. So now we have to transform this particular sentence into an interrogative one. So they have arrived will be has he arrived, okay, or have they arrived. It can also be asked as have they arrived. So simply the position of the verb will interchange with that of the subject. How? See, it is very easy. He will come here and has will come here. Has he arrived? Okay. So the base sentence would have been he has arrived. So in interrogative form we'll ask has he arrived. Similarly, have they arrived? Okay. Now he has not arrived. So we are using the auxiliary before not. Now if we look at this particular sentence, they have arrived. So how are we going to transform it into a negative sentence? They have not arrived. Now let us look at the third example given over here. He can drive. So if we are putting it into an interrogative sentence, so it will be can he drive? So again the verb is interchanging its position with that of the subject. He is the subject, can is the auxiliary verb, and drive is the main verb. So can he drive? Now same thing if put or transformed into a negative sentence. He cannot drive. So the auxiliary over here is can. Okay. Now if we put it in a contraction form, so cannot will be can't drive. What will be cannot? It will be can't drive. Right? Now let us look at the fourth sentence given over here. She should go. Subject is she, auxiliary is should, or modal is should, and go is the verb. So again interchanging the place of the subject and the verb. Should she go? So this is an interrogative sentence. Now same sentence we are going to put into a negative sentence or negative statement. She should go. She should not go. So if we put should not in a negative form, okay, or in a contraction form, so it will be she shouldn't go. Right? Understood? If you have not, then you can always replay the video. Now the auxiliaries be and have. What are the forms of be? Am, is, are, right, in the present, was and were in the past. Have, has, had are used with ordinary verbs to form tenses, right? So dancing, it is what? Dancing is an ordinary verb. So form of be is used over here, and it is in present continuous form. Subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus ing. So what is the structure of the sentence? It is he is the subject. So subject plus auxiliary verb plus then what do we have? Dancing. So plus the main verb plus ing. So this subject plus auxiliary verb plus main verb plus ing is the structure of this particular sentence. He is the subject, is the auxiliary verb. The base word is dance plus ing forms present continuous tense. Now they have videographed the program. So they over here is the subject. So subject plus what is this? The helping verb or the auxiliary verb. Videographed is the main verb and the program is the object. So because we are talking about have, whenever we are using has, have or had, then we are talking about the present perfect tense. And any form of has, have, had will take past participle with it. Now, I'll come to the table later on, children, because right now we are not talking about the present perfect tense. I will again, in the second video, the continuation of this video, I'll take it up in detail. So, let us just look at this one. The auxiliary be is also used to make passive forms. How? Let us see. Cheese is made from milk. Okay. So, what is over here? It is being used. Cheese is made. Okay. The subject, it is passive over here. This particular sentence is in passive voice. The program was videoed. So, again, was form of be. So, this again is in passive form. Now, coming to the next one. The auxiliary do. Up till now, we have seen the forms of be, have, and now we come to do. Is used to form questions and negatives in the simple present and simple past tense. The auxiliary do is used to form questions and negatives in the simple present and simple past tense. Let us look at the example given over here. She acts on TV. So we are supposed to make an interrogative sentence out of here. So with the use of the auxiliary verb do. Does she act on TV? Now, why does? Why not do? Because she is singular in subject and does. So the verb, subject verb agreement, remember, if the subject is in singular, then the verb also has to be in singular. So does is in singular. Now the same sentence we have to transform it into a negative sentence, but not in the interrogative form, in the positive form. She does not act on TV. So if we contract does not, it become doesn't. She doesn't act on TV. Now, a two-worded sentence, but a complete sentence. India won. The subject is India, right? And one is the main verb. So it has a subject, right? And a predicate. Therefore, the sentence is complete in itself. Now let us transform it into an interrogative sentence. Did India win? So now because India won, WON, won is in the past tense, so we have to maintain the tense of the sentence. Therefore, we are going to use the past tense form of do over here. Did India win? So this is our interrogative sentence. Now the same sentence, if we are going to put it in a negative form, then it will be, again remember, we have to put the auxiliary before not. India did not win. So India is the subject, did not win is the predicate. Now I have attached, we will come to page number 110 later on. Now along with the video, I have attached two exercises where you have to fill in the blanks with the correct auxiliary verbs or modals. And we will be discussing these exercises, the answers to these exercises during the online class. Please make sure you do them neatly in your grammar practice notebook. And we will continue with auxiliary and modal verbs in the next video. Thank you.